All right. So take a comfortable position. As I said earlier, we will be doing this for about 25 minutes. And first, in the phase of the calming of the attention of the body-mind, let's just focus on the breathing. And for a few inhalations and exhalations, you can try to shift your attention between the left and the right nostril. So, for example, inhale and exhale, focusing on the one nostril, and then inhale and exhale, focusing on the other. And you can also try to slightly slow down the breathing while paying closer attention to the breath. And if you notice that your attention drifts, you can return to this exercise of agility. So you're practicing presence and you're practicing the movement of attention. You can slowly start to pay attention to the moment when your attention tends to spontaneously just slide off the object. So typically you are looking, and then the attention spontaneously tries seeking for something else. And now stay focused at the breath, on the breath at the nose. And you can start slowly to modulate your attention and the contact with the object. So try and refresh, reinstantiate your attention on the object, as if you're doing something like this with your attention. Look, 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 And you're paying close attention only during a period of time, and then you're kind of allowing the attention to look away. You can do this at a 1 second or half a second interval, whatever, kind of try to find your sweet spot. And keep refreshing your attention of the breath at the nose. And now try to extend the gaps. So to look away and to reinstantiate the attention in longer spans. So by doing this, you are focusing your attention and then you're allowing it to dissipate and to flow freely, and then you are concentrating it again on the object and allowing it to dissipate. Now try and do that at a faster pace. So you can slowly go back to your previous initial pace and then try and expand and contract the attention faster. And now you can try and move the frequency from slower to faster pace and try and find if any particular pace feels more comfortable or feels synchronized with the frequencies of the breath. And maybe you notice some tingling or vibrations in another part of your body or on the visual field. And you can try to do the same exercise with that new object. Try and see if changing the rate at which the attention is interacting with it creates any feeling in the interaction with the object. Or perhaps its own vibration and frequency becomes apparent immediately. So if objects start appearing with a certain frequency, you can just assess that frequency and assess the field, the spatial coverage that those vibrations cover. And while keeping present, you can allow your attention to become as wide as it is comfortable, and to allow objects to spontaneously appear in awareness with their vibratory properties. And whatever object is observed, you can observe its spontaneous frequency or frequencies and the area that those frequencies take. And here I would advise that if thoughts become a distracting object, then maybe leave thoughts out of this exercise and focus on sensations that don't come with a narrative. So whatever appears, try and not label it. Just observe how it appears as frequency. You can now take your whole body, mind, and the space around you as the field of experience. and observe the dynamic process of frequencies in this space. And try and find the very fine vibrations and fine frequencies. Try and really see the reverberations of each object. Notice that you can still inspect objects closely even if you're keeping an open awareness. And notice how multiple fields of sensations appear simultaneously, appear and go away, and how they may not have the same frequencies, or maybe they are similar. Try and see the qualities of your attention and its presence in this field of awareness and its own vibrations. Notice that what you perceive as attention is another field of sensations that has vibratory properties. Now, keeping this space still completely inclusive, try and observe also whatever you experience as the observer. Or as the source of that attention. And allow it to express itself and to show itself at the same level as all other objects in the space. The space of awareness is simply holding all of these objects as they simultaneously vibrate. You can try and examine the source of those frequencies, the source of those vibrations for the objects that you are observing. Including the sensations related to the perceiver. And if you find empty space, then look again. Observe vibrations of the object again and try to find its source. Again, notice that you can inspect objects closely while keeping a very broad attention. Broad awareness. Notice how all of these objects, all of these sensations are just dancing in the same space of awareness. Flickering, coming and going, appearing and disappearing, and doing their dance in between. And before we close, you can try and find the areas that feel more pleasant and try and tune into those frequencies that for whichever reason feel pleasant. And then you can slowly finish the meditation.